smart and fun and pretty. Beautiful. She's got these eyes that just, and this hair, and her smile.
Ever.
But why not?
I don't care.
I love it when people say they don't care, but they actually do care.
Right.
A lot.
You know, I don't care. But you know what? Actually.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, but if it did.
Test.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey. Are we going to harmonize?
That's fire. Let me turn my shit down.
I like how with this podcast, Wazzy's always bringing the nice liquor, and we're being fancy, and then Justin and I are just fucking brown bagging
it up.
Hell yeah!
Bro. I be like, where the fuck they find these goddamn crackheads from out here brown bagged up? Drinking that OE.
I had to do it for my cousin.
What y'all sipping on? Y'all be sipping on the OE?
No, not
the what's that shit called? I keep wanting to say mascot, but it's not mascot. It's the Madagascar. What is it?
MD.
What's MD stand for?
Mad Dog.
Mad Dog. Mad Dog is.
I thought it was a liquor or like a vodka or something.
No. Yes.
Oh, apparently we all got to be our own.
Yeah, our own mans today. What the fuck is that shit called? Hold on. What is it? Malt liquors.
Colt 45.
Colt 45.
That's a good one. That's not what I'm thinking about. Cobra. King Cobra.
So,
I thought of that shit as soon as I hit malt liquor.
We were talking shit about King Cobra, and so last week that's what we were drinking. A lot better than I remember. That was actually my first.
When you haven't had it in a while, I think it's like your taste buds grow back, and they not even grow back. You just
one of the first bits of alcohol I put my lips on was King Cobra, and I was chasing that shit with chocolate cake.
Jesus Christ!
It was disgusting.
That sounds gross.
That was the only way I was able to get through it.
You are really nasty, Jake.
I think my first alcohol was Bailey's.
Well, so
bro, y'all drinking some bullshit. My first alcohol was Mohawk. So. I mean, I was like 2. I thought it was water. I was probably like 5 or something.
The first thing was Crown Royal.
This water burns.
Oh yeah, boy! I hit that shit. Whoa, what the hell?
The first thing was a shot of Crown Royal, and then Jack and Coke.
Drink it.
But then my cousin gave me that King Cobra. But so last week was King Cobra. The week before was a big ass Modelo to stave off that coronavirus.
Fire.
Yeah.
All right. Episode 7 of Shut the Fuck Up, Mike's Phone, so that we can have a great podcast today.
Here's a fun drinking game for like the 2 people who watch this, which is probably Cal and my mom. Cal and my mom are the only ones watching it. But for you 2, here's a fun little drinking game. Every time you hear like a little bing from Mike's Facebook or some other bullshit, Take a shot. You got to. And you going to be fucked up within 20 minutes. Oh, man. How episode 7. Going to get in here today? I just turned it down. It was cold a little bit. So I turned it up a little bit, but then I turned it down. But you just got back from Colorado, so you should be like reacclimated. Yeah, right? But I told you it's only a 48-hour buzz. Oh, yeah, that's true. It wore off. Episode 7 of the No Consensus podcast. I'm feeling good, y'all. I'm back off vacation, and I'm going right back on vacation, dog. I'm this crazy bitch, dog. Did you go back to work? Well, yeah. Yesterday and today. I worked. Wait. But before we get into the fucking intro again, I guess. So you went on vacation. Yep. You came back. Yep. To work for 2 days. Yep. Only to go back on vacation. Yeah. Yep. Salute. Because, and even though we got like those unlimited PTO days, I still got to come back and show some love. See what's going on in that bitch and then go home. And it's super easy. Shout out to Wendy, by the way. Shout outs to Wendy. I don't know why, but I don't mind shouting out Wendy.
No Consensus Podcast.
I agree.
It's your boy Mike Jack, aka the Black T, aka Black Lightning, aka Static Shock in the building. To my left, we got Mr. Bingit, aka the QWERTY keyboard, aka Snaggletooth Cuz, aka the Rudolph the Red-Beard Giant. Ooh. And then we got to my right, we got my boy Wazzy, aka the T-Shirt Master, aka the original. That's fire.
AKA the backdoor defender.
Ooh, that's fire. AKA Mr. Peg himself. John motherfucking Waston.
I'm gonna go.
Salud. Good drink. What are we sipping on today, Waz?
This is
sponsored by
Bird Dog.
Bird Dog.
Shout out to all you dogs hunting birds and doing the bird thing for us.
And shout out to all you birds hunting dogs.
The original. and the duck hunting game. And there's that bird dog there. Nice. Wazzy.
I'm amazing.
Man, I love it. Get my dick.
I'm amazing. That's some good shit. You said this 10 years?
Yeah.
10 years of delicious fineness and amazingness. Damn, I gotta work on my goddamn adjectives.
I wasn't gonna say
I gotta get up in that dictionary.
I hear you,
don't it? That shit, yeah, it's definitely gonna be hot this month.
I hear that you know your way around it.
Around the dictionary. Woo!
Just rolls off your tongue there.
Mm-hmm. Oh. We get real gay.
I mean, we're three dudes in a basement, so
no, don't tell them where we at. They might think we upstairs, bro.
Oh yeah. No, there's definitely windows and sunlight.
The light right there is natural light.
Natural light, dog. Now y'all got the ops just about to bust in here, dog, and kill us. Just in case y'all don't know what the ops is, the opposition. Black people have the best slang.
See, I was thinking like operatives,
like smacking a drink.
Smacking that. I smacked that bitch. Y'all is so.
It doesn't make fucking sense.
No consensus. This is how out of tune. This is why I'm glad I'm here, bro.
Especially how clumsy you are, Mike.
And you're right, because when I say smack some shit, you know that I probably literally smacked that bitch for sure. That Mike Jack shit is always an occurrence, and I'm looking
like the inflatable tube dancing guy.
I'm kind of expecting some Mike Jack shit to occur tonight in JJ's brand new basement.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get in.
It's always it's just one thing. It's always one thing. So. I'm especially the more the liquor flows. Oh yeah. The easier it is going to be for me to fuck up something. You see.
Wow, that was lit.
That was lit.
And this
swag.
And this man raps and freestyles somehow.
Yes, somehow, some way. I do
by the power of the Holy Spirit.
It's like a trance state.
Oh man. I'm taking that shot. So it's February 28th. We missed last week because I was out, and then we couldn't go ham. We tried to get in last week. It just wasn't gonna work. We got 6 episodes up already for your bitch asses. So go back and watch them hoes. And then so this week we got this the last day of not the last day. This is the last time we're gonna be able to talk about Black History Month during Black History Month is today.
Yep, we don't get to talk about any other time.
You bet not mention a black person after that. I bet not catch.
Welcome to White History Month. I got a whole list of people to tell.
I bet not even hear you looking. See you. Don't you even look at a black person? I gotta blink myself out of this goddamn podcast after February. God damn it!
You're just gonna wear a green suit, which I got a green suit by the way. So yeah,
you got a green suit?
Hell yeah,
that's fire.
Yeah, man, green man.
That's
you
fire.
You don't know anything about that. Where's JJ?
Shout out to Big Schwarm. Shout out to R.I.P. Big Schwarm. He ain't dead, but for what he do now.
There's gonna be so much hummus there.
Oh Lord have mercy! I can tell you going off 2 hours of sleep. That shit just pouring out you. The racism just seeping out your pores.
You gotta shake it out, you know. That's what T Swift says. You know, you get,
Oh man.
Endless garlic.
So
oh yeah.
that's funny as hell. So I'm gonna pull up, and actually I'll pull it up for the world to see. Today's breakdown and special Black History Month.
Katherine Johnson.
Shout out is going to my homegirl, Katherine Johnson. Mostly because she just passed recently. And I think this was probably February 24th, so a couple
Like
of days
4 days ago.
And if you don't know about Katherine Johnson, read about her. And there's a great movie out called Hidden Figures. I think this came out last year or a year and a half ago.
Damn.
A year to 2 years ago, it probably came out with Taraji P. Hold on, I'm blanking right now. My girl. Fuck.
Your girl,
it's my girl. Michelle Monet. And then blah, 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 blah. Let's look it up real quick because I want everybody to get their credit on this shit. But basically,
He's got a computer in front of him with a full keyboard.
I'm retarded, ain't I?
Well,
Won't say no.
Oh wow. Hidden Figures.
there's the IMDb right
There it is. That's what I was looking
2016.
for. 2016. Okay. See, that's how fast time be flying. Jeez, so Pete, y'all.
Yeah, man. That was pre-Trump.
So Octavia Spencer and Janelle Monáe. That's
No, he was alive.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they crafted him in the lab in 2016. Like early 2016.
I didn't hear what y'all say. Who?
That's Trump.
Oh, okay. For
Yeah,
sure.
he was born out of a lab.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Whatever lab he was born in, can we
knows.
just
Mandela
go,
effect.
Yeah, can we go down there and
Lays.
burn that?
CERN. It was CERN.
I don't need them making no more people. That's a failed subject.
You were successful once, and that success was a failure.
So Catherine was fired because of the simple fact that she was one of the American mathematicians. She put the math together to get the first man on the moon, dog. And for you flat earthers out there, suck my dick, because if y'all denying that, then you're denying her greatness.
All
and to
three
deny
balls.
her greatness is to accept my dick in your mouth. So you tell me which one you want to do. And it's a lot of sucking too. So get
Like
them
this
jaws
picture
ready.
of her, like she looks like such a sweet little old
Yes.
granny. You know?
Yep.
Like,
and
she
that
looks
was
like-
in 83.
Right. Just a sweet little old lady and stuff like that, but give her some math and
Yeah, right. So that's funny. Give her some damn math and she gonna go crazy. And she's the last surviving member of those three girls. So there was three black girls who knew they math like a motherfucker. And if y'all ever hear the term, it's not rocket science, motherfucker. Like, they don't say that shit for no reason, dog. Like this type of shit that they be doing is different. I have trouble with algebra, so
because of letters.
if they was trying to have me do the math to get a motherfucker to the moon, he would get out the front door, dog.
It'd be like that. Did you see the video of that stunt guy?
Yeah.
Who's like a flat earther, I believe, and he built a rocket and tried getting up to like the edge of the atmosphere. He died.
Yeah, and he couldn't even come back to tell him his findings that he was wrong.
Yep. Hey guys, so I was wrong. You know?
So the main story about these girls is how wild it is, once again, to be a woman and to be black in a man's society, dog, in a white man's world, especially in NASA. They had to do all type of crazy shit just
She's from West Virginia.
on a day-to-day basis.
Shout out to the holler.
Yeah, shout outs to it. Day-to-day basis. They're doing the math. They're doing the main shit in there, making sure that these spaceships land, making sure these men lives is not going to be for naught to get to the space. And then they still got to run 2 miles to go to the fucking bathroom when they need to use the bathroom. If they need water, they got to go a mile to get somewhere. They can't use certain shit that's in there. People is still fucking day to day. It's constant just talking down upon and bullshit that they got to go through, and they still like a motherfucker like me would have been like, figure it out yourself, then I'm out this bitch. But they like, nah, we see the purpose in here. They stuck together, and then even after all that, they gets no love, bro. Nobody even knew about these three girls until the movie came out. And how the person who even made the movie, when I say nobody, I don't mean nobody, dog. But it's not. When you talk about the first
Have you heard of
moon landing-
Nikola Tesla?
Have you heard of Nikola Tesla? Fuck that guy. I feel like if anybody that's worked on that thing, the fact that most people only know about Armstrong stepping on the moon, like y'all don't know nobody else's name that was on that flight. Y'all don't know nobody name who helped do the math. I think that's just a testament to how shitty our
or that we went back
education education system is.
I mean, there's also only so much data you can hold in your head that you could share. So.
But I feel like
but it
that's
gets
true
filtered because of certain things, right?
Yeah, you guys
I can only
constantly tell me that.
so much.
You constantly tell me that Neil Armstrong stepped on the moon. Like you constantly tell me that certain things is happening. I feel like it shouldn't be my first time hearing about certain people. I feel like maybe I don't contain the information, but if you say somebody's name, I'll be like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I remember that. Damn, I forgot about that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like so. Especially shit like this, bro. Like y'all had to go through hell. Doing that is hard enough with great circumstances, with the right facilities, with people backing you up with the right funding. Doing that by itself is hard. Now add in the fact that y'all want to be dickheads. It's damn near impossible, bro. But these three girls stuck together. Shout outs to Catherine. Shout outs to Octavia or Dorothy, and shout outs to Mary, because that's some true shit right there, bro. And since I missed last week, I got a second one that I want to shout out. Muhammad Abdul Raul. This is a basketball player who used to play in the NBA. He plays in like the Big Three now, and he's big in like teaching kids and shit about hoops. But this is a guy that was way before the Kaepernick shit. He became a Muslim, and he was sitting down in NBA games during the national anthem during times when like real racist times and shit. Not to say Cap wasn't, because when Cap kneeled, it was a lot of the cop brutality bullshit going on, so he had a good time. But Muhammad was doing this shit way before him, and they don't really talk about him. And this is what happens to guys who do this shit. You take a stand, and it's not only is he because of the racism, but he's also a Muslim, so he don't got the same religion as y'all. He don't share the same beliefs as y'all, and he went through hell, bro. He was a great basketball player, amazing basketball player, but just because he took that stance, they got his ass out the league, dog. And so I don't never hear his name come up when they talk about taking a knee, taking a stand for shit.
Right.
Because like seriously, he was the truth, dog. Like, and even that, he's like, look, y'all see what's going on outside? I'm not standing for the national anthem. I'm about to play this game, and then you hear the same rhetoric not then that you hear now, and vice versa. Leave the politics out of the game. You hate America so much, but they the ones paying you the money, so why don't you stand? If you hate us so much,
leave
get
the
out
politics
the
out of it. Yeah, there's so much tax dollars that are put into the NFL.
Exactly.
And then in addition to that, there's, I mean, I'm not gonna get into it.
Yeah. So shout outs to Muhammad, man. He's still out here doing this thing. His career was derailed because of taking a stand, literally just having something that you believed in, and people not liking that. Like, play the game. How dare you not stand? How can you be disrespectful? Not understanding that I can love a country but think that the country can be better.
Right.
Not understanding that my beliefs should outweigh any amount of money that I ever receive from anybody. It shouldn't be no amount of money that make you sacrifice your beliefs and your integrity. It shouldn't be. Well, and it gets harder the more amount of money that happens. But as a man, and knowing that you can't take money nowhere, and a woman, as being an adult, knowing I'm gonna die one day, and when I die, money ain't gonna be in my heart. What's gonna be in my heart is the actions that I took throughout my life, and to make sure that when I die, I got a straight conscience, understanding that I died for a reason and that I did everything that I possibly could. That's way more important than a couple dollars and some fame, dog.
I don't understand how, like, the idea of the most patriotic stand being everything's fine. Like, it should be a constant striving to be better.
Yeah.
Just like an individual. If you take pride in yourself, you're trying to get better at whatever you're doing, even if it's just adulting every day.
Yep.
So shouldn't the country go ahead and be striving to get better and better and better? But no, that's unpatriotic. That shit just doesn't make any sort of sense at all to me.
Better is an ambiguous word, though.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there oftentimes are just like objective things that are pulled out. So like, well, this is where we're failing here, and all that jazz. So yeah, I mean, because I could be trying to make things better for me, and all that jazz. You're right, but
and the other thing that people say is like the shut up and play shit, right? Why you're a millionaire basketball player? Shut up and just play ball. But also, if these people don't talk about it, who gonna talk about it?
Yeah.
I could talk about it all day on this podcast, but if 4 people fucking watching the podcast, who's it gonna touch? I might touch 4 people, but the 4 people watching it probably already believe what I'm saying anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Echo chamber.
So who else is gonna talk about shit like this? Except for the people who are in these high standards with a lot of people watching and a lot of influence on the world, and it gets a conversation started. And it takes a lot of guts to say something and know that you're going to get backlash on it. Know that some people aren't going, because you know what I'm saying. How many people are in Kaepernick's mentions today? Still probably saying, kill yourself, go back to where you came from. That's still that ignorant bullshit that they say. Like you to openly invite that into your life, it's wild.
Right, to go out on a limb like that.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You could easily shut up, take the money,
Yeah.
and that sort of thing, and like sell yourself. But
The problem with high profile people is people will blindly follow them, though.
yeah, that is probably
Where you have to think about their actions and if their actions are right for you.
Yeah. But like it is. Okay, yeah, I've seen him around before.
Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. So I said his name wrong as hell. I apologize. Mahmoud Abdul Rauf.
So
You said you seen him around before.
yeah, man. He comes. I saw him. I was walking around downtown Ann Arbor one time, and he was walking into a Vault of Midnight.
Are you being for real right now?
No, not
Okay.
at all.
I'm like, what?
It was Free Comic Monday, and he's like, "Shit, I'm in Ann Arbor, and I gotta get my comics, so I'm not gonna pass it up."
I'm like, did he come from Michigan? I didn't think so. That's funny as hell.
But yeah, like when, especially when celebrities are making a big huff about some trending cause and stuff like that, it does give me pause. When it doesn't apply to them directly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like when it comes to the treatment of blacks by law enforcement, Kaepernick's got some skin in the game.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Because I mean, how many times have we heard from like black celebrities who you would think would be untouchable,
Yep.
who get pulled over for driving while black?
Yep.
And yet Ted Kennedy could go ahead and like be drunk, get in an accident, and kill a woman, and he's still senator.
Yeah, that shit's wild. And that's a good point too, dog. Like, this is why I don't talk about certain stuff, because like politics, dog. Like, I don't feel like I'm as well versed in it to really argue as much as I want. I know what I feel about certain things and what I hear, but I'm not. It just depresses me looking at this shit, so it's hard for me to even like get deep into it. But I can't argue with you because I don't know all the facts. All I know for the most part is some facts, and then most of like 80% of it is how I feel. Like, he said this shit, it made me feel this way. I'm not supposed to feel this way when somebody says something, especially somebody who is in our government, or senator, congressman, president, anything, dog. If I get into an argument with you, I ain't gonna be able to talk about legislation. You could say they passed anything, and now I'm like, did they? Like, I don't know if they did or not. Or, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes I don't get into arguments, because I seen a couple people in the kitchen today talking about politics, and I'm like, y'all brave for that.
Well, some people live off that drama though. Like, they just need drama.
Well, and
it can be fun, but
it can be twisted in such a way that the exact same statement can be polarizing. So people do love that drama. It's clickbait. It's
oh yeah, well, and it's having a team, being part of a team. It's feeling included. Like, well, this is my team. Fuck that other team. It's just us versus them.
Anti-party system.
but I'm with you. I don't know nearly as much as I should.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't argue my points that strongly unless it's the topic I know.
Well, I mean, you're pretty fucking humble there, Wazzy. You know, most people love speaking out their asses.
That's a fact.
I mean, I do.
You do other things with your ass, so.
And it's just it's like where you looking at
glasses.
it at. It's like where you looking at it at too, because like you said, the same statement make people feel differently. I just heard Trump say "motherfucker" in one of his speeches the other day. I don't know if any president ever just was like gonna get those motherfuckers.
I bet Obama swore.
I mean, not behind, of course, behind closed doors. I'm talking about in a speech or something during like shit. I'm like, damn, have I ever heard that before? Like anybody cuss before? Like, and that's not. I don't know if it's a bad thing or not.
So I think it is.
Yeah.
I 100% think it is. If there's a bullseye on that wall right there, all I got to do is aim straight at it. You go ahead and you move that bullseye yards and yards away. I got to aim higher just to hit that same spot.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what we're looking at when we're talking about like the progression of a society. You do need to have a realistic element to it, but you need the idealistic element as well in order to keep you striving higher. Because if you just accept that, well, we're just animals. We're gonna what do you think we're gonna behave like? You know, we go ahead and devolve very quickly. So, sure, Obama, I'm sure said "motherfucker" countless times.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure
as soon as you got off stage,
right, like fuck. I fucked that one line up. You know, and I'm sure, you know, Teddy Roosevelt, like
his
all
fucks was
down.
probably more, fuck.
I want to know,
but like
Kennedy's fucks.
But like you're
Kennedy was fucking.
oh yeah, but you're put in an exalted position, and you're kind of supposed to put on airs. That's like what I feel like a lot of the royal family in England is really all about, is to try to manifest this unreasonable ideal to go ahead and provide the average person, you know, some sort of motivation to just try to be better.
Yeah, I 100% think that cussing and shit on live TV during your speeches, I do think that's wrong.
Especially if you're going to be like a traditionalist, especially if you're going to be Christian, especially if you're going to be religious.
Yeah,
you know, you're going ahead and talking about, you know, how conservative you are and shit like that. There is nothing conservative about this motherfucker.
I'm more so saying I don't know if it's bad to push boundaries as a president.
Yeah.
Because maybe we've been so far this straight tied
clean,
up, too tight butthole that you need Trump to take you super far, so now you can kind of bounce back and find something in the middle. Like, okay, let's get somebody who, and now we know you don't even got to be a politician to get in. Now you know.
We've always known that. Reagan.
Yes, I understand that. We always knew that. We didn't always.
I hate that argument.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, y'all elected an actor, and now you're complaining about Alec Baldwin talking about his political beliefs. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. But you need that. Now you got a little correction going on afterwards. Let's get somebody who the perfect candidate would be somebody who knows politics but isn't stuck in the politicians' pockets and through the bullshit that they got to go through. Because a lot of these guys, the reason why, and I'm just assuming because I watch House of Cards, that a lot of these guys get to these higher positions because of favors and different shit that they did to get just to the top.
And sucking.
Yeah, fucking and sucking. So now you finally get to that top position, and it's like, oh fuck, I gotta act right because all that fucking and sucking gonna come out if I don't do what this person does or this person does, or hey, now that you're the president, you gotta cash in on this favor. Because a lot of I do feel like that's true. A lot of times when they want to get this shit passed, and you need one or two people on the Democratic side or one or two people on the Republican side to cheer with you, I feel like that's what you gotta either blackmail them or you gotta say I owe you one. Just vote like this on this bill, and I owe you one whenever you come through. I don't see how that cannot be the case.
Right. That's just life.
Yeah. So, and now it's like, okay, you get somebody in a position who's never been a politician, so they don't got to worry about none of these motherfuckers.
Right.
Or somebody who, like Trump, I don't give a fuck if y'all y'all can bring out the goddamn hooker I fucked. Y'all can bring up all my old tweets. Y'all can bring up everything. I don't care. I'm still the president, and I'm going to say what I want to say. And
at 2 in the morning.
But I want whatever you say to be something of content and stop putting other people down and stop, you know what I'm saying? Just call yourself as a president, bro.
Well, I think it's important to always like look for the positive, like a positive spin on any situation and stuff. Mm-hmm. And like when you look at Trump's presidency, a lot of people didn't realize that what he's doing you can do. Mm-hmm. Just because past presidents have had the tact to behave otherwise doesn't mean that they had to. They made that choice themselves and stuff. And we just always figured that, well, that was a built-in part of the system. Yep. And he's exposing how that's really not the case whatsoever. And I think that if we sit back and stop going ahead and just get triggered so much, we could actually use this as a really good opportunity to improve the system.
And now there's 2 presidents in a row that have proven, like when Obama came up, that was like a big thing. 2008 was the first time I could vote, and it was like, if you act right, if you black, you can be president. You just gotta act right. You know what I'm saying? But it always felt like you better act perfect though, but you can still make it. Now Trump is like anybody. Fuck what you talking about? Anybody can do this shit. So that's gonna open up a floodgate. I don't know what type of people we gonna get. Hopefully the Rock one.
Kanye is gonna be running here.
No, thank you. Do you vote, Waz?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't know enough.
So you don't vote purely because you feel like you don't know enough,
though.
Yeah, I don't know what enough is either. Because I guess when you go vote, though, it's a lot of shit on that ballot. So maybe you know. But I feel like I don't know enough either, though, Waz. But I still vote. So
part of it is also the Electoral College, where your vote means essentially nothing.
No, it does mean something.
It's saying to your own state, hey, I would prefer you to vote this way, where they don't have to agree to anything.
But I'm pretty sure they always do, right?
Well,
no.
So
there's been states that voted.
The state has voted one way, and the Electoral College has voted a different way.
Well, yeah, but I feel like it's a similar situation when you look at how we have a bicameral House. You have or Congress. You have the Senate, which is every state is equally represented.
Yeah,
but California's got a greater population and stuff like that.
More representatives
in the House, and stuff, and they work to balance each other out. And that's always been my perspective of the Electoral College is how do we go ahead and balance all these votes out while not going ahead and disenfranchising the individual, but also what the fuck does a New Yorker know nor care about a farming community like in Idaho, which is vital for New York to even exist. Mm-hmm. So they could go ahead and vote against bills that would help the farming community. They could vote against them, which would end up starving themselves out because they're looking at like the short gain. You know what I mean? So in my perspective, it's trying to balance out all of that. There's so many variables at play, and how do we do that? And I think that's the best system that we have. I wouldn't mind reformation of it. But when people talk about just blowing it away, I feel like that's very short-sighted.
Yeah. I didn't think about that at all. So that's why I like bringing Mr. Bingett in.
Well, I mean, the Electoral College is good because a lot of people who don't know enough do vote based off what their parents said or what their friends said or what Facebook says. So it's
so aggravating. That's my coworker. I share an office with him. Mm-hmm. He was talking about that just this morning.
It's just something about it that makes me feel
that he's just always identified as a certain party because that's what his parents were.
At a certain age, you got to grow up out of that, bro. Yeah. What are you?
Yeah, which he's doing and stuff like that. So I salute him for that.
Yeah, I salute him
because that can be rough.
I don't know. It just makes me feel a little weird to know, like, okay, my state isn't as big as yours, so it's essentially not as important as yours a lot of the times. Like dudes will spend a lot of time in these certain states and then be like, fuck, where you at? It ain't that many. Y'all got 2 electoral votes. Like, I don't need to spend that much time there. Y'all always vote
without
this
the Electoral College?
Yeah.
Without the Electoral College, all it would take was New York City and LA.
Right.
So literally fuck all of Michigan. You know what I mean?
You're right. You're 100% right. So when you say you don't know enough wise,
So actually, wouldn't that then? Doesn't the Electoral College then give Michigan
You see I'm talking
a
right.
stronger?
You see I'm talking?
What?
I mean, but all I was hearing was bullshit. So.
You hear something?
Go ahead, bitch.
But like, if all votes were equal with getting rid of the Electoral College, then our votes wouldn't do shit. And so the Electoral College actually improves our voice then, right?
I'd have to think about it a little more, but off of what you just said, right?
No,
I mean, because the Electoral College is essentially lessening the value of the votes of like LA and New York City.
Yeah.
right.
And then strengthening the voice of.
But
the
is that less? Okay, what's the ratio to it though? Because
It's actually quite big. I mean, if you look at California, which has tons of people, the per person vote is going to be a fraction of Idaho.
yeah. So I think that's what matters more so than.
No, but that's fine.
Yeah, I'm not
2
about to think
hours.
about the motherfucking Idaho population right now. Is it
think it's
Idaho?
17.
Is it Idaho or Idaho?
Are they in the triple digits yet?
Is it Idaho or Idaho?
Oh, we know that Idaho.
But that's not what your mom said. Woo! I had to get that one out.
Nice
Backing
and
up
fuzzy.
does not work. I backed up. I'm like, nope. Sound is still the exact same level.
How you backing up good work?
Right.
What is kind of back?
Back that thing up, Mike. Come on
my
now.
God! Here it is.
Speaking of that,
Oh no, I'm not done yet.
Okay,
Let me
okay,
ask
okay,
Wise.
okay.
What don't you feel like you understand the most?
oh yeah,
Is it the actual people? Is it policies? Is it their take on policies? What's the most? What's keeping you back from voting?
It is the policies and the individuals and their ideas of the policies, which is what I would vote for. I mean, I would vote for the House and Congress because they are the people who should speak for me. But I don't really know what most of Michigan's people stand for. So,
And it's a hard road to go down, because you can't even base it off when they are running for election, right? They gonna say what they gotta say to win that election. You kind of gotta do back research. Whatever you voted
Right.
for, whatever you
Yeah, your
veto,
history, yeah.
what have what
there's a
have
lot
you
of
talked-
resources for that though.
well, hook us up. I'm gonna put it in the
Okay.
link so that we can because 2020 is coming.
I'll tweet some shit out for us.
Yeah, being involved in politics is important, and I don't think that can be any disagreement on that. It's just super. It's a lot of information that I think we should have been privy to earlier on than 30 plus. And
I've been voting, bro.
I know
other thing-
you've been voting.
So
I just don't want to spend
do you
time
think
on
like you were ever taught this shit properly by anybody?
I mean, I don't know, man. It's a dance, bro. Life is a dance.
It is a
You should
dance.
know this, and you just gotta feel shit out. You know. I know I'm supposed to vote, so how do I do it? I'm just gonna dance my way into this fucking high school, and hopefully I don't get arrested.
Yeah, I mean they broke down to 3 branches and shit in high school, but I don't know, man. Like I once had a class that taught stocks, but it wasn't. They didn't just teach us stocks. They've had us
That Motley Fool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
They had us do-
Shout out to Motley Fool.
They had us getting. Like they had us basically buying stocks without buying stocks.
Yeah.
You choose how much you buy a stock, and we gonna watch it over a semester.
you're giving like 1,000 fake dollars.
Fake dollars, and then you say what you gonna put it in, turn it into me, and then we gonna watch it over the semester, and I'm gonna explain to you what's happening to y'all stocks and what's going on.
Well,
now, not to say that helped a ton, because I don't really remember it, but I know more than I definitely way
Than
more
the
about
average
stocks.
bear, yeah. Definitely.
They did kind of do that with like school politics and stuff, though, like the class
yeah.
president stuff, but it doesn't translate.
Well, I mean, I had
That's
my
what-
American
there's no other-
government class covered like all of it. Though, I gotta talk about this bitch. Her heavy breathing ass would be up there. Here's how
American history teacher,
no, American government.
American government.
But she was breaking down voting for us. She was like, well, here's what I do when I go to vote. First thing I do is I look at the ballot and I vote for any woman that's on the ballot.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And then if there's not a woman who's running for that office, I vote for whatever Democrat is there.
Wow.
And I was like,
This was a teacher?
yeah, I was like, this bitch.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Stunk to high heaven. You know when like certain people hit a certain weight where they get that unbearable funk?
Well, when you can't get under the fold to clean.
Yeah, she was there breathing heavy.
That bitch some dial. That bitch needs some dial. So
Yeah.
that dial get up.
I can't even remember her fucking name because it wasn't important.
That gold bar.
So I remember at when I was going to WCC, there was the League of
you did go to college.
Yeah.
For a minute.
The League of Women's Voters, like they would have these little like newspapers that would be all over the place around election time. And what I like about what they do is you could go on their site or whatever, and they ask, instead of going to a candidate's site where they're going ahead and telling you what they want to tell you, and they're controlling the narrative as much as possible. With the League of Women Voters, it's everyone's getting asked the same question, and you get to see how each individual responds to that question. I mean, that doesn't mean that, you know, like you said, like that their history proves that or anything at all, but it's at least like trying to go ahead and control as many variables as possible, I feel like. So I feel like that's a rather good resource as well. When you're trying to get educated about folks.
I feel that.
And then they go into like the proposals and stuff like that too, I believe.
So are you open to doing that research and getting
No,
on?
I'm too lazy.
Is it too late now? So you don't think you'll ever vote?
Not in the near future.
I gotta say something also about throwaway votes. Like when you vote third party and people are like, oh, well, you know, you essentially
Tea
voted.
Party Johns.
Well, I mean, not even that,
Green.
because because you know, how many people complain about people voting for Jill Stein as well, that's why Trump won and all that jazz. Because even if you vote third party, they're not winning.
Yeah.
That's a matter of fact. But what you're doing is you're sending a message to.
Will we be alive for the first third party victor?
Well, I never thought I would be alive for cannabis being decriminalized and
So you
legalized
can't
away.
never say never.
Yeah.
Continue,
Well,
though.
it's not yet.
Well, I know, but like considering where we are at, I never thought I would see this day. Like I sincerely never thought I'd see it. But so considering that, who the fuck knows?
Yep, I feel
But because I mean, like, you know, there's so much division right now that there's a good possibility that, you know, we could just go ahead and decide to reform politics a bit. But
50 fuck Vivica, so
well, I mean,
anything is possible.
A lot of people are playing on that diverse or not diversity, the split parties and people being against each other.
right. But when you vote third party, like Democrats and Republicans are paying attention. When what was it here in 2008 when the Republicans lost against Obama, and Ron Paul was such a strong candidate, and so many traditional Republicans had voted for him. The Republican Party looked at that and was like, okay, we lost because of Ron Paul. We lost because of this libertarian guy. We need to go ahead and integrate more libertarian policies into our platform. And they went that way a little bit. You know, that's when you started seeing Ted Cruz, you know, pop up and shit like that. Even if they don't
Carnival
win,
Cruise, eh?
you know, so even if the guy I vote for or the party I vote for doesn't win, that's going ahead and people, you know, it's part of a feedback loop, in my opinion. So I don't think when people say like, well, you just threw away your vote, it doesn't, you know, your vote doesn't matter.
I didn't looking
now.
at my past votes to know that I was a Republican that voted third party.
Well, I mean, if you're registered, you know, then it comes up. Like if you're like a registered Democrat or Republican, then I think they have access to that. Which that's a weird thing.
That's
Why would I
weird.
ever
Yeah.
register as either of these fucks?
I don't remember that being an option on when I registered to vote. So hopefully it's not on there.
I mean, that'd be all the pledges and funding and all that kind of stuff.
Fun these nuts. That's what's fun.
No thanks.
But they can also look at like the history of like a county I mean, historically, this county went red or blue and stuff, and that's real easy and plain to see. But
fuck you! Don't be basing me off this bum ass county I'm in. That Oakland County bullshit.
oh, you are Oakland County, aren't you?
Yeah, get out of here.
Ugh. Talk about a garbage county.
Talk about bourgeois.
So what about this Fury and Wilder bullshit? How do you feel about it, Michael? My feelings are obvious.
I know your feelings. We gotta have a fight party one day, by the way.
Ooh.
So Wazzy can sit down.
Like a fight companion?
Shit. Yeah, no, just.
I thought I was throwing punches.
I mean,
before we get into that, what you got on your topic, Waz? What you bring in here to talk about? It's been 2 weeks, so I know you got something for me.
You cook up anything interesting?
I made a lemon chicken soup.
Oh,
Pretty good.
a soup, huh? All right.
Lemon chicken soup just sound like I'm used to eating like poor people lemon chicken soup, so I need to have like fancy, delicious.
It was like 2.5 hour cooked chicken with a lemon pepper sauce. And
Are you cooking it like in a crock pot or something?
yeah, it was a Dutch oven.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I threw it in the oven for
Give her the old Dutch oven.
Give it door.
a little funky smell. But threw like whole peppercorns in there. If you cook them for like a couple
whole
hours,
peppercorns, huh?
they get like poppy. So it's like a caviar type thing where they'll
Interesting.
snap to them and they're crunchy.
Oh, and they soften up. Mm-hmm. I never would have imagined that.
I use some xanthan gunpowder because I can't do flour to make it nice and like, I don't want to say gravy like, but thick and creamy.
Right. We know how you like it.
But it was good.
What's up with your Huawei boys, by the way?
Hua, way.
Huawei, bro.
Huawei?
Yeah, Huawei.
That's an H-wise. That makes a...
What's up with your Huawei boys, bro? Getting charged with racketeering? United States don't let
they've
they
been in
asses.
trouble for like a
That's
year
what
and a
I'm
half.
saying, bro. Yeah. I'm trying to keep building up. Every time I wake up, there's something else going on with Huawei. What are they doing over? Is China just
sending us the
always
coronavirus.
Yeah. Is China just always cheaters, or what's up? What's going on over here?
They're in China's in their pockets. They're effectively being spies for Chinese government. They're sending them usage information. It may be anonymized, but
Yeah. I mean, but that's the way China works. If you are a company in China...
you have to register with them and you have to send them data.
Yeah, and like there's an actual like party member that's assigned to you who looks over you guys and shit like that. It's all, I mean, it's fucking communism. I mean,
It is.
it's just what communism is.
That's
like,
what happens.
We're like mad about communists being commies. Like,
Dude, they just tell them, do you, bro?
well, no. I mean, I'm not saying,
So were
like,
they
it's
phones
terrorism,
over
but-
here stealing data, or what's going on?
It's part of their base application. So the code's there, and to remove that code, they have to do a bunch of localization and it's separate version. It's extra testing, so they're not going to do that.
This should say racketeering, conspiracy to steal trade. God,
My guess is a lot of that is taken out of context by people in Washington who have no idea what they're talking about.
I mean, but China has been a huge offender of stealing intellectual property.
Right.
So
I'm not saying they
Right.
are, but our government's terrible with anything technology related.
Oh yeah, I remember that whole net neutrality. Yeah,
Do you know anything about
Yeah, RIP net neutrality.
Ajay Pie.
Oh wait, we gotta wait for this bitch to refill. Actually, why am I calling him the bitch for having drunk more alcohol than me? I'm the bitch. Hold on.
You smash that.
Listeners,
smack.
my face right now is one of awe, and
All right, that's good. Thank you.
this man just smacked that guy.
Smash. So, do you know about the right?
Wait, no, hold on, wait. Shout out to net neutrality. RIP. Oh yeah, we got it. What's up with the stupid like slapping on the table thing?
I don't do that. It's an old like college thing for shots.
I never went to college, and you could tell.
I went to 4 of them. Finished none.
I went to 3 middle
Three.
schools. Shout outs to Marygrove, Losser, and Berkshire. All be
Losser's
middle
a high
schools
school
now. It's a middle school now, bro. They changed that.
Oh, right. They did.
Just like Marygrove didn't used to be a middle school, but
I got 3 middle school diplomas. I got 3. I got 3 middle school diplomas. I remember we had 8th grade graduation. I'm going to take y'all down a story about memory lane. I don't know if y'all shit was like this. So when our middle school was 6th to 8th grade, high school was 9th to 12th grade. Mm-hmm. In middle school, 6th graders had to sit in the front. 8th graders got to sit in the back. The back is where the bus.
Oh, the bus. Okay.
What else would I be talking about? Break it down, Jake. What else are we sitting in the back of?
I figured that, but like I was stuck in my own head.
I was thinking like auditorium.
Okay. I was thinking of the cafeteria.
Okay.
Because I was sitting we had a white cafeteria and a black cafeteria. So.
Wow. We'll get into that in a second.
Jake is old.
How fucking old are you again, dog?
No,
that's separate but equal cafeteria. Huh?
I mean, there's pizza available on both of them, so I mean,
but what pizza was cooked?
DiGiorno and DiGiorno uncooked. You gotta chew on that.
that raw DiGiorno. Found it in the woods.
DiGiorno and dig in, ho.
You want fries? Here's a potato.
Anyways, middle school, bro, 6th to 8th. 8th graders got to sit at the back of the bus because that's where the cool kids sat. We sit in the back, which is like the complete opposite of Rosa Parks, but we not gonna get into that. So 6th grade, you start in the front with the little weebs and cuckolds, and then 7th grade you make your way to the middle. You get to
that is not. You continue.
Yeah. You get to motherfucking mingle in a little bit. But then the 8th grade, it's you and your boys in the back of the bus. Just fucking yakking it up. But that only lasts for so long. How long is school? 6-7 months or however long it is?
Yeah, who knows? I don't think anyone knows.
So now the thing was, oh man, we got to take advantage of the back of the bus. Because when we get to high school, we right back at the front of the bus. Oh, freshman pieces of shit. Then you get to high school and you realize nobody takes the fucking bus because you're in Bloomfield and everybody.
So even if you're in the cool seat at the back of the bus, you're still a fucking loser.
A fucking loser, dog.
I remember 10th graders who had cars.
Dog, you're like, oh wait, I'm on the bus and this 14-year-old is driving a Range Rover to school.
One dude I know,
I'm still losing. The back is wide open. There's plenty of seats on this
just
bitch.
Blowing that back out for nothing.
There's plenty of seats on this bitch, bro. Oh, that shit fucked me up, y'all. Because I was really scared.
Wait, so you guys had different buses for middle school and high school?
Yes, sir.
So, okay, that was the case
high
for
school
me.
started an hour later than middle school.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes, sir.
So, no, other way around. No, wait.
I feel like I had to be up sooner to
high
get
school
to,
first, and then middle school, and then elementary school, and they were each about an hour apart.
Yeah, I feel like I was up way earlier from middle school.
I think Bloomfield was out at 2:30, and then middle school was out at 3:30.
Probably it's 2:30, but yeah, something like that. Probably 2:30.
Yeah, for me it was. We weren't all that stratified on the bus. It was middle school.
Stratosphere. Y'all weren't that stratosphere on the bus?
Oh yeah, man. You know.
Stratosphere.
Yeah, you gotta think of those spheres. Come on, dog, give me one.
Stratosphere. That's all I got. Atmosphere. Ionosphere. Ionosphere. Let's go. What do you got, Wazzy?
Hemisphere.
You fucked me up there because I'm like, that's not the sphere I was thinking of,
right?
But it's a sphere.
Technically,
damn, you just fucked us up. We was in complete silence.
So so it was middle school and high school both started at the same time, rode the same buses.
Bro, you was on the same bus as middle school as high school.
And let me tell you something. I rode that bus all the way. I was the bus champ
through high school.
Oh yeah, senior year. I was on that bad boy.
You the oldest though, right?
What do you mean? There's other high schoolers.
No, you're the oldest son.
Yeah.
So like the oldest kid don't never get shit. All right, it's always you find your dad and mom finally get some shit when you gone, like, or you about to be gone. Like, all right, thanks, mom. I got to get a car for this bitch now.
So, but honestly, like, I'm just kind of retarded, and I never thought anything of it, you know. So,
bro, I couldn't imagine you 18 on the bus with fucking 12-year-olds.
Bro, I was they were 13-year-olds, all right. But I mean, it's not like I was like going out and hanging out with people and shit like that out of school. I would go to school, come home, and go to Taekwondo. And like that was Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday were just playing video games and shit like that.
So when you said stuck on the bus, I thought you meant like me in first grade when I literally stayed on the bus.
My brother fell asleep on the bus one time, and that bitch went ahead and kept on rolling.
My mom got a call and she's like, "Hey, can you come pick up your kid at the bus station?"
Bro,
Because he's still here.
Are you bus drivers retarded? Why the fuck do you got a kid still on your bus and you just like, he coming on the ride?
I can't force him off. So
was this your first day on the bus?
It was like first grade, so.
But like you've been on that motherfucker. Y'all know like
Kindergarten I was driven most days because it was half.
Okay. Even still, after the last stop, you but you probably was crunched up in the back.
I was probably
out of sight. Out of sight.
I was like looking out the window in the back, and I'm just like,
he was buckled in. There wasn't even any fucking buckles. He brought his own damn seatbelt.
That motherfucker strapped in.
Why is he staying strapped?
Was your mom pissed off? Because my mom was pissed off.
Oh, yeah. I have to.
Get your stupid ass off that bus.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I feel
I mean, that's reasonable. Fucking first grade.
Yeah.
But, did you guys used to, like, when you sat at the back of the bus, like, did you, because Michigan roads, like, you knew where, like, the potholes were and shit like that, and stuff, sit at the back of the bus and, like, hop?
I ain't know when they was, but we definitely had some hopping going on.
Okay.
And some, oh, man, we were mean back then, boy. Like blaze sessions, just making fun of each other.
Oh wait! I gotta tell you guys something. There was this one chick who rode our bus. She was like
Lord.
2 or 3 years older than me, but
Please don't tell me you had a 13 situation.
no,
13
man.
reason situation.
For one, I don't know what that is. I don't get the reference, but no, I can guarantee it wasn't
13.
So she was.
I know you know. This
She was a bit of a dullard, and. Yeah, what the fuck? I don't know. Like,
Did she kill someone? Apparently,
this is the movie.
Did
where
I have
the girl
plucked eyebrows?
herself.
No, I never plucked my eyebrows.
The girl killed
Yeah, you do.
herself, and then the whole season they're trying to figure out why she killed herself.
No.
She sent tapes to everybody explaining how.
I don't know. Maybe she's killed herself since. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I know you been off
dark.
2 hours, bro. God damn.
you went dark out of nowhere.
He said, speaking of teasing people on the bus, I knew this girl. Said, I'm like, damn, y'all drove her ass off the girl.
Here.
Nah, bro. The way he set that up was wild, bro.
Check it out, though. So
The way he set that up was wild.
she was a bit of a dullard, and
She doofy. Fucking doofus.
bro, like that's like the male equivalent.
Mom, don't
I mean-
me when I'm vacuuming.
I mean, no,
Alright, well, there goes our sponsors.
No, it's stupid from Scary Movie. It's
So,
okay.
I mean, she wasn't like that bad or anything like that, but I think that the house that she came out of, because there was like 3 girls that we would pick up at that spot, and I don't think that they were all like blood related. I don't know if like there's a lot of adoptions, foster care, or what going on, but all these girls had problems.
Oh, wow.
But the oldest one, she was rather dull, and she had these bangs. She wanted to get rid of these bangs, so she took the clippers and just zzz, 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 and she had like a little shave patch on the front of her forehead.
Oh, my God.
It's another story I did in first grade.
You use clippers to...
I cut my own hair at an angle and it looked terrible on my birthday.
That's not... He's talking about a girl who cut
She
her
was like
bangs
17,
off, and instead of
18.
it being short hair here, she got a motherfucking buzz cut at the front of her hairline.
But see, here's the thing: I don't remember like anyone like busting her balls on the bus or anything like that. like everyone saw it and like laughed to themselves and shit like that. But no, I remember I wanted to get my head shaved when I was a little kid. I was like first, second grade. My mom took the clippers in my head. I started bawling my eyes. I was like, I look like a fucking alien. I went to school the next day wearing a goddamn bandana. Teacher's like, you gotta take that off.
Bitch tried to throw a bandana over the buzz cut.
It wasn't even a buzz cut. I went from the bowl to the fucking shave.
Oh my!
I look like a little neo-Nazi
bald out there.
Yeah, I look like a little neo-Nazi, bro.
Fuck, bro.
It was a bad look, especially with all the segregation we already had going on there.
Back in the 50s.
Oh, American History X ass walking in that boy.
No, it was funny because
Oh fuck!
it wasn't until I think 11th grade that I even realized that we had a black and white cafeteria, because it used to be the high school and then they built the middle school and had it attached. So when I was going to middle school, that was my middle school, and I would go to that cafeteria. And then there was another cafeteria for the high schoolers, but then like the schools started getting bigger and all that shit.
Yeah.
So that entire building
It gets bigger because desegregation. But go ahead.
So was it segregation by choice? I mean, okay.
So I was in 8th grade. I was in middle school, and that was my middle school. But the next year, the middle school became part of the high school. So now the high school has 2 cafeterias. I'm a creature of fucking habit. I'm going to keep going to the same place I've been going. I got my own table and shit like that. So that's where I went. And it wasn't...
Were you at a table all alone?
Let's not get into that. Okay, Wazzy? I'm going off 2 hours, all right, bro?
To be fair, I was in the library all lunch hour.
Fuck
so.
yeah. But, so... It was like 11th grade. I had this black English teacher, and she had mentioned something because she was new to the school. She's like... She had said something in the class about there being a white cafeteria and a black cafeteria and how fucked up that was. And then I went to, and I was like, wait a second, we do? Yeah. And then the next time I went to lunch, I looked around, I was like, oh, it's like me and 4 white dudes here at this table and nothing but black folks. But
my boy Jake, I don't see color ass. Jake, I don't see color. Foster is in the building.
Here's the fucked up thing though. There was a vending machine, and there was a couple of different drinks and all that sort of thing. I found out. I can't remember if it was like, I think it was orange Fanta. Maybe it was like some purple drink. But like the
grape soda.
The third purchase. Every third purchase would go ahead and pop 2 cans out.
Oh, fire!
Yeah,
that's you always had to.
Me and my
out,
buddies would time that shit.
You always had to find out.
Did you stay at that cafeteria?
Oh fuck yeah!
Okay.
Until I got kicked out. I got kicked out of that one. I had to go to the white one, and that one was boring as fuck. So.
That was my question. Which one is which cafeteria?
They're listening to Alan Jackson, and Alabama, and shit. I'm like, I don't.
Dog,
Where's the
I was just about to ask you which one is live.
So you actually had.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Lincoln Consolidated.
Bro, first of all, you just hit me with something wild. Okay. Why the fuck did you get kicked out the black cafeteria, Jake?
So, I'm kind of retarded. So people I associate with tend to be.
Oh, before you go on this, kids who listening to this always know which vending machine is fucked up and how to take advantage of it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I knew every vending machine and every trick. Yep, I knew every trick to every vending machine that we had in our school. So when you get into a fucking pinch like you was, like I was, I mean, you can get you a little something.
You and I the same.
You get you something to eat. Continue.
But yeah, no, we would go ahead and just we had this one guy who would
y'all hear babies?
Yeah.
Shout outs to Jack.
Yeah.
It's bed. It's nap time.
It's a little Jack.
It must be nap time.
The cutest little baby.
Baby. Is you is.
But,
or is you a. My baby.
Ooh. What was it here? We had this one dude who was just really dumb. And I mean, he came from a trailer park. So, what do you expect?
Yeah, what do you expect?
He, if we would go ahead and go around the table and like, collect change and be like, all right, so if you do this, we'll give you this change. That sort of thing. And we'd be mixing like the orange juice with the mashed potatoes. Like mixing orange juice with mashed potatoes and chocolate milk.
What's wrong with that?
I'm not eating your cooking now.
This was one of the white guys in the cafeteria.
And good old Sean. And he was always doing some stupid shit, you know. I think every single day, one of us would bring an Arizona can so that he could go ahead and crush it with his head. And he was very proud of that.
That's funny as hell.
Oh, I mean, if you know how to do it, you like pre-crush it while.
No, he was doing it on the table. So worst, like best case scenario, he was knocking himself out on the table. Yeah.
So you just go first and then no damage.
Yeah, well, but he's got plenty of damage.
He wasn't worried about a little more
Previous
CT.
condition.
That boy had plenty of CT. He wasn't worried about a little more.
Right. We had this one kid who would sit there and like hyperventilate himself. Just like get like lightheaded and like high and fucked up.
That's just dumb.
Oh yeah,
Go to drugs. I mean, it's so much easier.
I mean, he already had plenty, but
3.5. I did 3.5
I mean, I was trying to be
out of 10.
I feel you.
the mic,
But I just
Out of 20?
Huh?
but
30.
But no. So what we would do was sometimes we would have Sean go ahead and sometimes we would play hockey at the lunch table.
Oh, fire!
And we would have Sean go ahead and crush the Arizona can, and then we would use that as a puck and slap it around, which is dangerous.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, those bitches got sharp angles.
Yeah.
And stuff. So you slap it real nice and hard, and then you got like a little, you got blood going. We'd play quarters, bloody knuckles.
Football too. The
High school was a good day.
Yeah, so that was like below what we were doing there. We would do that in class, but
buddy knuckles, mercy, spoons, quarters.
oh yeah,
I
and then
somebody on Red Rover once.
we but I think I got kicked out one time because we were playing lunchroom volleyball, where we just essentially took someone's brown bag from lunch and like took all the other trash, balled it all up in there, and then we're just smacking it around. And this one lunch lady that we called Skeletor just got pissed off. She looked like a fucking Skeletor. But she like, have you played any zombie game? Have you seen any zombie movie? That's what she looked like. The thin hair and everything. It was scary. We always wondered how she was animated. But so. She went ahead and kicked a couple of us out for playing like volleyball there in the lunchroom and stuff. So I had to go to the other one.
The 4 white kids in the black lunchroom.
I felt so uncomfortable and out of my, which is fucking retarded. I don't understand why, but like I went to the white cafeteria and I was like, I don't belong here.
You weren't at your spot.
I identify as black apparently.
Yeah. So you felt uncomfortable when you went to the white one.
Yeah.
I think you were uncomfortable because you weren't at your spot that you've been for 47 years.
Damn, was you in college? Was you in high school for 47?
You know what? Let's not get into the weeds on this, okay? I don't need to go be flashing back that much, but
that's funny. Jake, I gotta judge that nudge for you.
Ooh,
judge. That
Mike, I love the fact that you send yourself messages on Facebook.
I gotta make sure that we can.
I mean, I do that too to
Really?
like check if a link works or.
Interesting.
Oh, and actually, I might.
I'm not judging.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
it's okay.
All right.
You gonna hit that full screen?
Yes, sir. All right, here we go.
Oh, wait. So anti-flag, is that what I'm seeing there? Okay.
Oh wow.
Well, you gotta check the patch. You gotta check the patch.
No,
bro.
That's fire.
What
Jake.
color is these repping?
Oh fuck, let's get it.
Okay, he missed.
Did he miss on that first one?
Yeah, he missed on the first one. Is he swinging on some bitch?
That is slapping.
You got a knee there to the. Oh, and he's just going at it. Good Lord.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
All right.
Okay, so I want y'all to hear this audio.
Oh, yeah, so he missed on that big old haymaker
So
there.
he did that
Wait,
and
there's
then
audio that
slapped.
we've been missing?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to figure out how we can hear.
How can we hear?
Oh.
I don't believe in ears, to be honest with you. The only ears I believe in are ears of corn.
Oh,
Unicorn?
Unicorns, yeah, man. It's the only corn that matters. Fuck that sweet corn shit.
I feel that. All right, here we go. It's not gonna come through the headphones, though. I don't think. Oh. My desktop audio.
Man. Oh, all right. Yeah, I need to see this a few times here.
Yeah,
Mike. Oh, wait. Before we
go ahead. Say what you gotta say, bro.
It might be profitable if I can see these beforehand and sort of like because like
but that isn't as fun.
Well.
Like,
but
I want to see you learning as you're watching, and
I have to. When you send us a video, do you know how many times I rewatch that shit and like I'm slowing it down and like pausing it and shit like that?
Like a jam sock.
Oh, wow. Well,
you guys need to pray for that boy.
Yeah, that boy needs some prayer for sure.
I come home every day and I give Julia a rundown of like how much.
Oh, do you give her a rundown? You give her a good rundown.
And she's just like, why hasn't he quit yet?
Who was he?
No, the guy that I share an office with.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, you are so mean to him. You are constantly.
You know, I know why. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
I muted this tab.
You know, shouts out to Mike muting tabs. Like,
thank you.
I mean, you told him to at the very start, but
Hey, guys, chill the fuck out.
chill the fuck out.
Boom!
boom! Super punched him.
Now listen to this.
Fucking chill.
If he's on the ground, then stop. If he's on the ground, then please stop.
What you think about that?
Yeah. So here's what really happened. The unconscious bitch
Yep, here we go.
is watch. He's not putting his hips into it.
Nope.
It's
That's
all it's all right from here. Which actually
If y'all, if y'all listening on the podcast right now,
He's just-
It's like
there's
like
a guy,
shoulder
there's two
jerking
guys
off,
fighting.
basically.
Yeah. There's two guys fighting. The first guy is against the wall, and the second guy is wailing on him. But it's all
Explaining it probably is
dick
worse.
jerking moves. Let's go.
well, so yeah. So he's only using
No
like
connect.
a couple of joints.
Yeah.
And he's hitting.
You
but-
see the knee? He tried the knee.
Yeah,
in there,
he
too.
need that quad there. but
I love his power punch. He like holds it.
That's enough. That's enough.
right, but like he's getting his shoulder. Look at his shoulders getting into there. His hips. You see the position of his hips.
I sure do.
And now watch how he twists into the punch. Here.
Now, what's his shirt say?
His shirt says reckless.
Come on now.
RCKLSS.
Come on.
No vowels because
I see
fuck vowels. We ain't got time for that
AGKLE.
shit. This is
I see
maybe he's-
AGKLSS.
No, I think he might be Jewish. Because they don't have vowels in their language. I mean, well, I guess Hebrew. My bad. Shout out to all the Semites out there.
Civil rights? Mm-hmm. All right. You want me to press
Shout out
Civil
to
rights
all
for
of
the
the
Semites.
You tell me when to play and when to pause.
Yeah, go ahead and hit play. Watch that hip. Boom. You see how? Yep. He's twisting. Watch that footwork. Boom. And that was the one that did it.
Yeah, Eric.
And this is just dessert. This is dessert. And look how sweet it is.
I love power punch.
That's sugar. That's some powdered sugar right there.
Now tell me what you think about these words that this man says at this point. Listen to this dude.
Fucking chill.
If he's on the ground, then stop. If he's on the ground, then please stop.
Not in a street fight.
I can't fully understand what he's saying. Now,
If he's on the ground, then stop.
Yeah.
If he's on the ground,
Yeah.
then stop.
well, I mean, it depends on the situation because, like, in this situation, yeah, he for one, he was clearly unconscious,
Hey,
and you're just killing the dude.
guys, chill the fuck out.
This is why I don't agree with that. I just paused. It's been 10 seconds of this guy wailing on this dude on the wall. You got me fucked up, bro. Soon as I get I only hit you twice. I need a couple more after I knock you out.
He is probably hurt way less than you think.
No, I know he's hurt way less, but I'm super. Every hit that I just got in that 10 seconds is making me way more upset. And when you fight, you're not supposed to get upset while you fighting, but these is two amateurs and I'm an amateur. So by the time I finally get his ass, you getting a couple more.
Dude, oh wait, so that just fucked me up because I have a note on my my little list here, and I honestly don't know where the fuck I was trying to go with it, but it's just simply says killer with a conscience. but no, like, you got to maintain like you got to be present in the moment. You know, you got to be able to discern the fact that you knocked him the fuck out. Give him 1 or 2 lumps on the ground for sure. He deserves it.
That's
On
okay.
principle.
Do you think he went through any training? Like,
No, but
No.
that's a good wind up.
No, but he's got brothers.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Blondie
He got 3.
Yeah.
I don't. The camera went away. He might have got a 4th in.
Yeah.
But look at this. He stopped before they grabbed him too.
Yeah.
Look at this. He was done, and then they finally grabbed him.
dude had to be the good guy.
So Blondie, he's got some brothers. That's where he learned that from. But
Well, now we casted. What
So-
you mean he got some brothers? Dude?
he's got some brothers, man. Like you fight with your siblings.
Okay.
He has
You
an
know,
older brother with that power punch.
Yeah.
That was he has an
He
older
had to
brother.
learn that. That was
That was always like the secret technique that he could always pull out.
like
That's the only.
side punch.
when they're down on the ground, and that's one of the things that honestly like fucks me up when like watching like MMA fights and stuff like that. When the dude is on the ground and they get like 5 fucking elbows in and shit like that, it's like it's just so barbaric. But it depends on the situation. In this situation, like you knocked him the fuck out, he hit the ground. He deserves at least 2.
Yeah.
You know, but then you fucking stop because you're gonna kill the guy.
Yeah.
But now if it was like
You don't know what he said though. You don't know what led up to this.
The fight. That's also what I'm thinking. too.
That's true, but also the court doesn't really give a fuck about what he said. You know,
If he's on the ground,
And there is video evidence. So
right? Yeah. So like,
I think the thing that pisses me off is how this guy is mad at him. Like, if he's on the ground, then stop. Did you tell him if he's on the wall, then stop? Did you tell him that if he's bent down and you're just hitting him on the head, you stop? You didn't step in at no point.
That was a downed opponent.
Yeah, you didn't step in at no point before this when he was wailing on me. So don't come over here trying to act like you're a righteous dude. I said, knock you out, bitch.
all you're doing
so
is
I
being
think that we're reading a little bit too
I
much into
am.
him.
I just don't like his voice, too.
Well, yeah, but like
racist.
I mean, because it's not just like this situation amped the two of them up, but it amped everyone up who's watching it, you know? So he's going to be going harder than he needs to be, even in that situation.
Let me hear this.
World Star!
Okay,
Of course,
obligatory world star.
World Star! Knock the fuck out!
That's his boy. Whose boy is that?
That messes me up.
He's solo.
Yeah.
Is that dude
Yeah, because
solo?
nobody's coming over here to check on him.
But I mean, he probably has a crew, but they just know that he's the douchebag of the group. He's the Brian of the group. Brian's are douchebags, and he's the Brian of the group, and they all know that. So they're like, I mean, it was about time he got his ass whooped.
I don't think he had anybody with him.
I mean, that's possible. I mean, I'm just pulling shit out my ass, so.
Like anal beads.
Hey, don't worry about it. Just I like how she's like,
This girl.
She is as big as
Did
him,
she
too.
play a part in this? Did she play a part in this knockout?
Guys,
no.
chill the fuck out.
Yeah, you're right. He got back in there.
Yep. Boom. Boom. That's it. Right on the jaw. Got him. Yeah.
He took that first one pretty well.
As soon as he was hit, she's like,
so-
nope. I
so
left
that-
her nope.
Yeah. That first strike of his hit more around like the eye socket.
Yep. So
Like-
he gonna have a shiner tomorrow.
Yeah, but like that's much more solid bone.
yeah.
The second one was right on the jawline.
Oh, you hear it too. You hear that jaw pop.
Yep, you feel it shift back and hit that money maker. Lights
that
out,
money
bitch.
If he's on the ground, then stop.
If you don't do
If he's on the ground, then please stop. Let's go.
Hold on, I just want to hear this.
Yeah. Let's go. World Star!
That's it. Yeah, let's go.
I want to know so much more about that.
But, I mean, like, there's plenty of situations where I'm like, hey, I get it. He was down. You probably should have stopped punching, but no, keep punching.
3, I don't see that much more than 2 in that. I would hit your videos up.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit! I don't know what I'm looking. Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
Oh yeah, the topless protesters.
Oh,
Did you see this, Jake?
I have not seen this, but
All right, but continue your.
but no, I mean, like, if I have any daughters, these boys better watch the fuck out. they're gonna know all the spots. That, oh, yeah, you go ahead and slit them right here.
Also,
Does
that sounds back.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
Take a shot, John. Cheers! And we need to take a shot anytime you hear any sounds in my house. Babies crying.
Wait. We gotta wait for Waz to
Babies
re-up.
crying, dogs barking,
No, that's,
Facebook mute binging.
we won't
Take
be
a
able
shot.
to go ahead and like drive to Nintendo Splendo then.
I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about the viewers.
Oh, okay. If you hear any
They can
noise,
join us.
including our voices, you have to take a shot. Drink up, bitches. Never mind, we good.
Man.
I want to know what led to that. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
random dude saying don't punch a dude when he's down. Mm-hmm. He had to be third party.
yeah.
He was
I
like,
don't doubt
hey, I don't
And
want
they
to.
probably just got out of a concert too, though, I bet.
Yeah, that looked like that was after.
I was gonna say
that was
Texas.
after an event for sure.
Texas, okay.
Houston.
That
why
was
not?
post event.
Wow, you got the city.
Yeah.
Wait. How many cities do you know in Texas, though?
Houston, Dallas, Austin.
Okay, so you could have said any of those, but you chose Houston. All right, I got you on the coast. Joel Osteen, shout out to you. You fucking
That was exactly
Yeah, okay.
why I said it.
More Olstein, please. That's bars for Ovaltine. Wazzy, tell me something, bro.
ooh.
Tell me something I don't know about you. Go ahead. What you about to say?
Well, I was gonna ask you because like you're my coffee guru. Do you know what it is? So steam extraction gets you a more fuller flavor, right? Typically,
And thicker.
okay. How? Why? Like that's something I don't really understand. And do you know like?
So there's-
I've always heard that you should use like the coldest water that you can.
Coffee talk.
So
We having coffee talk right now.
I mean, you want to know something?
Go
about
ahead.
so.
Let me
He's
hear
my
it.
coffee guru.
I'll tell you something afterwards. So coffee extracts from the beans at optimal temperatures.
Okay.
Typically, it's sub boiling. So I think 190 to 195 is the optimal. Steam boiling is going to use less water, but it's going to produce more of the coffee oils. It's going to extract more of the oils. It should burn
Because
it,
of like the heat of the steam, opposed
just because
to like
there's
the drip?
less liquid.
Okay.
I would think it would probably per oil taste worse because it's burning it, but at the same time it's using less water, so you're getting more coffee oil per. It's like espresso.
Right.
You're forcing less water through than you would normally have in like a drip brew.
Right.
Per weight, espresso beans have less.
So you think it tastes worse, personally,
It should.
bro?
But
I can't wait till the next Splendo is over at my place.
So
I'm gonna make you a cup.
It should taste thicker.
It definitely does. Yeah,
I'm not
So-
drinking
so
shit
it-
from you when you talk like that, Jake. You
Bro.
got that
Okay,
Bill
worse-
I got some
Cosby
cream
in your
for you
shit.
too in
Nah,
yours. I know how
boy.
you like to drink it.
Yeah, okay. You got some Bill
worse is wrong.
Cosby in that bitch.
Per
Did we split though? Oh, we split though. Was that your Bill Cosby? Is that your Bill Cosby impression? Let me hear it again, Jake.
Rudy. It's about the best I got. I don't do impressions. Don't hire me for any
That
voiceover
was so
work.
bad.
or anything.
Fuck.
Shout out to House of Cosby's though.
Nah, I'm not shouting that out, but I'm gonna drink though. That boy.
Anyways, you were saying.
Per amount of coffee oil in the water, it should taste less coffee like, but you're getting so much more oil
I got
that
you.
it kind of makes up for it.
Interesting.
No, I want to try it.
Oh yeah. It's the
What roast are you using?
honestly, I don't know. Julia just picked some shit up and that's it. But no, when we have it over at my place, I'll go ahead and pick up some beans, freshly grind that shit, and then throw it on in there.
Light roasts are going to have more acidity. More
What do you want?
caffeine.
You want darker? Or you
I
want
prefer light roast.
okay, light?
It's,
Well, I know you like it because of the caffeine content. And
it's
stuff,
also
so.
sweeter. It's more acidic
right.
and sweeter, so it's a much brighter flavor. Darker to me tends to be burned.
Okay. You got a particular favorite brand or anything like that?
In terms of everyday use, Caribou, but
Okay.
but it's
Some light
it's
Caribou.
fairly cheap.
Okay.
I used to work there, so I'm probably.
Shout out to Caribou.
I don't even know if they're
Are
actually.
they repping us?
No.
They're not? Okay. We didn't get that sponsorship? Fuck.
And also, if you're Steam, do you know what grind you're using? If it's a coarse grind, fine grind.
With that, if I'm grinding the beans,
different, bro. Y'all not just throwing
Yeah.
the beans in the
Fuck no.
motherfucking.
No,
Mr.
so-
Drip
joint?
is a very tiny portion of.
so when I'm going ahead and using that mocha pot and I got some fresh beans, whole beans, I'm grinding them bad boys up fine. Because my understanding is that's what you do for espresso, right?
Right.
Yeah. So that's how I treat
So
it.
it'll be more bitter.
Okay.
If you do coarse grind, it won't be as bitter. It'll be more chocolatey.
I think that's what. So Julia, she just buys like.
You have a burr grinder.
Yeah.
So okay.
But she buys pre-ground like Folgers, I think, and I think it's a coarse ground that because I think she just
It's
buys.
a Mr. Drip grind. It's a
Mr. Drip.
Mr. Drip's the best way
Well,
to.
it's
describe
hilarious,
a
though.
standard,
Like that name.
It's hilarious
That's
'cause, like,
my
we
name.
have-
I need to be Mr. Drip. Y'all don't know what drip
That's
is.
an STD, by the way.
We know what that is.
Y'all don't know what
Mike,
drip is.
Mike,
Drip is just
Mike, that's
common
an
lingo
STD.
now.
Huh?
Mike.
It's an STD.
Oh well, nah.
You don't want to be
Got that drip
I'm
dick.
Mr. Drip.
Yeah, you can get rid of the.
My
drip
dad's got drop foot. Mike's got drip. dick.
drip dick is curable though, but I'm just talking about Mr. Drip.
Yeah, but how?
But yeah, we got a drip coffee maker that we never use. There's so much fucking dust on that bad boy. We just use old girl there on the stove.
What about that? The picture.
So is the cold water to like try and keep that temperature lower so it's not like too.
but the steam is still the exact same temperature.
Yeah, that's
Steam
what
is
I've
going to be
always
a
wondered.
minimum of 212 degrees, anyways.
Right. So does it? But I've also read and seen that like when you're doing like the steam extraction, throw cold water in there, which I don't really understand.
Are you wetting the grinds first?
No.
It'll just take longer.
Just pseudoscience.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it change with drip?
No, because the water
Right,
hitting is still going to be the exact same temperature.
Right. Yeah, that's what I figured. So I never understood that.
You'll want to use filtered water, like distilled water.
Yep.
That'll be the best.
Yep.
Temperature won't matter.
Yeah, I deionize the water and everything. No, don't do that.
You can buy it pretty cheap. I mean,
Yeah.
I use just normal filter, like just Brita filter. Tastes pretty good. So
Yeah, we got a Brita filter pitcher.
yeah, I have
just
one
think
too.
of community
Yep.
when I hear the term Brita.
All right, so Mike, something you didn't know about me.
Yep, I need it. And I will be time stamping so that y'all don't gotta listen to that coffee.
Man, fuck
Fuck you.
I'm not doing no
I
time
love-
stamps, bro. I'm
Sit here bonding over some cave, bro. You got the beans out.
guave.
Cave. Got the beans out,
Talking
bro.
shit. It's guave though.
So I know Jake does, but Mike, do you meditate?
I have, and then I stop. I don't know what time of the day I should meditate. There's too much shit going on in here.
So
I think in order for me to meditate, I
We
would
got
have
shit
to
going
wake
on,
up
bro.
earlier, and I just hate waking up early.
you don't have to. I mean, just 10 minutes at any point in the day is something, which is my what you don't know about me because I've been trying the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Is it working?
Even just 5 minutes, like
It's crazy. 10 minutes will seem like 5 minutes.
Oh.
Like I'll set a timer for 10 minutes and I'm like, all right, it's been a couple of minutes and it goes off and I'm like, fuck. Really?
Are you doing guided?
No. So I am doing just normal,
Legs crossed on the.
no, just laying in bed,
Laying down.
laying on my back. The method
struggle with that.
The method I've been using is noticing the point where inhalation becomes exhalation. Because it's the perfect amount of mental stimulus for me to
Stay awake.
stay focused
Yeah.
and not drift too much.
Makes sense.
Jake, what are your, or do you have any like technique you use? Because I know you've been meditating for a while.
I've actually moved a bit more away from meditation and more into prayer, and which has been trippy as fuck.
Look at this guy talking about prayer and then saying the F word.
So
I mean, that's just to go ahead and signify.
Woo! He just motherfucking let it hit the back of your throat. Hey, you eyes, let
smashed
it hit the back
it.
of your throat. No, smacked it. God damn, boy.
Smashed it would make sense.
No, it
Mike doesn't. But no,
so
smashed
physiologically, meditating and somebody being
deep in prayer,
like a nun, are supposed to be similar.
yeah.
Are you praying?
Well,
I don't know how to
so
because like
for me, meditation has been much more passive, whereas prayer tends to be more active. But there's a passive aspect of it. Like when I would go ahead and meditate, it was much more just like listening, kind of. I would focus on something like my breath and stuff, but I was much more listening. Now, when I pray, I'm much more talking, but like because of the history I have with meditation, like I'm both praying or I'm talking and listening at the same time, and for me personally, it's led to some really rather profound moments. Hell, just last night was wild.
And are they moments of realization, or is it, so for me, meditating is like the nothingness going on in my mind. Mm-hmm. I don't realize anything. I get a feeling, and does it actually help? Who knows? But
the way I look at it is, I was really curious about like why like Christians tend to be like against like emptiness meditation and all that sort of thing, and I never really found an answer until like I read like some writings of like Orthodox theologians and stuff like that about how like that's cool that you went ahead and emptied the house, but now there's just more room for anything to flood in. So I mean, instead of
I'd argue that with you can then put things in order as they're coming in rather than
you could, but most from my interaction with people who meditate, they're not thinking that deeply. You know, it's much more of a new agey sort of thing.
Okay, so I guess I mean real meditation, not like new age guided, you feel calm, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, so much of it's just like positive vibes, you know, the universe loves me and all that sort of thing.
We're about to kill vibe in 2020. We got to come up with something else.
But
the term vibe.
But yeah, so it's a much more, for me, it's become much more intentional. Instead of just a nothingness, it's going ahead and actually discerning what's coming in.
What are you actively saying? And
so here's the I mean, it's just
that was going to be my question.
So,
when you're praying, and I think you've said this, you got like a prayer kind of clock.
Well, so
got it guided in
it's like a shot clock.
Yeah.
Well, so
12 seconds.
I mean, traditionally within the Christian the Christian tradition, this whole extemporaneous prayer is like made up. You know, you just talk like praying whatever is like coming to you.
It was like Hail Marys. It's like it's words. It's a blah.
Damn, Wazzy, just slapping
that bitch.
Well, so here's the thing. When it comes to like mass and liturgy, yes, it's essentially the same thing every Sunday. Now, if you actually pay attention,
it's... You know I ain't want to gossip, so you ain't hear this from me. Let's be clear on that. But why did Shaquana call my phone and tell me that Malik said that Trayvon said he don't like you? I ain't trying to get nothing started between y'all, but fellas, you have to smack that bitch.
I agree.
I love that laugh.
I think.
But no, like whenever I go to liturgy, I know 90% of exactly what I'm going to hear, and it's essentially a stream that you get to just hop into and probe more deeply each and every time because you know what's coming and you know what I mean. And with my prayer rule, it's the same prayers every night, every morning. I got my prayer book. I'm reading the same prayers every morning, every night and stuff, and it allows me to go ahead and be familiar enough with the content that I can go ahead and probe into it like even deeper than I did the day before.
So is it like
And before you ask your question, that's a huge difference between like what is the
Orthodox?
Your Orthodox praying and Baptist and Pentecostal.
I mean, because like how many movies have you watched as a kid, and like you rewatch them now, and you have a totally different experience. Every time I go ahead and say these prayers, it's a different experience, and I'm allowed to go ahead.
Are you saying anything different? Like, I don't know. I don't know how to.
No. It's all the same.
And that's what I'm saying. So, he's doing the same prayer, but he's getting a different feeling out of the prayers every time.
Because I mean, like, I'm in a different emotional state. I'm in a different mental state every day.
But when like I pray, I'm not praying on the same thing every day because I'm going through different stuff every single day. So sometimes stuff carries over, so I'm gonna still pray on it, like until I get a job that I want, the pay that I want. That stuff kind of.
So shout out to St. Xenia of St. Petersburg.
I always want my people to
Catholic?
be No. We'll have to get into that.
Yeah, I want to get into that one day.
It's 1:30 right now, so we can't do that right now. But I grew up in the Catholic Church. I've been going, which is where I grew up, Pentecostal church. But it's deeper than that for me. So it's different. So it's hard for me to say that. But I don't pray with a prayer book. Yeah. I pray on what I feel like I need to be answered and what I need answered. Yeah, what I need to be answered. I got questions. There's certain stuff that I want to be answered or asked to be answered because I don't tell nobody to do nothing. I just say, this is what I want to happen. If you could do this. So there's certain things that's consistent. Watch over my family, watch over my friends, watch over, everybody on earth. See to it that we continue to prosper, but then I veer off into other stuff that's on my heart for that day. This go this way, give me the strength for this, and then I'm done. So that's what I'm saying. I didn't even know that you was like that.
I allow myself some room for that, because like at the end, I'll go through my prayer rule, and then at the end, I'll go ahead and address specific saints that have like meant something to me. And sometimes it changes like on the fly too.
I was St. Luke, by the way.
That was your name?
Yeah.
That you got to choose when you got baptized?
But like,
wonder why.
I was like John or something.
So like
my baptism certificate is upstairs somewhere.
Like I don't like for example, like the other day, like St. Gregory went ahead and popped into my head and
smash it.
Doc, shut the fuck up. And what? You didn't have to smash it. I mean, smack your shit. You got me saying.
What'd you say?
I said smack.
But yeah, at the end, I'll leave.
Get wobbly and wobbly as time.
I'll leave myself.
I'm trying not
bro.
to.
Come on, look how much.
At the end of my prayer rule, I'll leave myself some room to go ahead and specifically acknowledge certain things, like this coronavirus thing, man. Like, Lord have mercy on anyone's that shit. Like it just seems wild out there.
Yeah, and 2019 was a good year for, as far as like I didn't really have nobody pass away. So like all of a sudden there's been a lot of people pass already in 2020 that wasn't related to me, but big names. And
I remember Kobe every night, man.
Yep. And then there's people. I got family members who've been in and out the hospital, so it's like when I hear about that stuff, I throw it in there.
Oh hell yeah.
But we'll get into we'll have a religion podcast.
Ooh. That'll be
because
interesting.
Low key, it's like this is. I feel
I've been wanting
this
that.
is the This is the rainbow right now. Most to medium to least to die. And this conversation is gonna be as no consensus as it's ever been.
It might not be though.
No,
I think we're gonna be surprised. I think we're all
because it'll be frame of reference. It'll be. But yeah, so
when you meditating, you're not like oh go ahead, my bad.
But if I remember correctly, you ain't just been meditating. You've been talking.
I don't know what I believe.
Well, no, I'm not saying that you believe one thing or another.
You've been talking out loud during your meditations?
In my mind.
Oh, okay. That you just was.
Not during meditation.
You got a good house to yell at.
You're like,
That's a different thing.
They over there like, damn, the original over there going ham again.
It's as close to praying as what you would call it. But I don't know what I'm praying to, if that makes sense.
Right. Like, there's something there in the room with you, but you don't know what it is and what you're doing. But you're
maybe not something, but just feeling.
I don't know that something is there,
vibing.
but there could be something listening.
I got you. There's a listener.
Right. And if there's not, I'm getting my mind out there. Therapist was like, because my therapist is agnostic too, and he's like, "What do you lose by doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." I mean, I was atheist, but I didn't really let that define me. So
right, and that's true.
So yeah,
and that's one of the reasons I really respect you, Wazzy, is that like there's other people who
we know them, we work with them,
who just let that define them. That's their team.
Y'all gotta be scared of these teams, y'all.
Yeah.
Like,
hell yeah!
Stop being a part of these teams, dog.
Because I mean, that is racism.
Yeah,
because like it's the same mentality that says like, well, I'm team white.
Yep.
And you're not.
Team,
so therefore you're my adversary. That's the same sort of thinking that goes behind. Well, I'm team Republican. You're not.
I mean, there are people who have fundamentally different views on communicating, for example. And I can think of somebody at work.
But it's.
I think we just always have to remember that we're a whole.
And yes,
personally, like I could be me, and that could be very different from you. And stuff like that, but there's this greater whole. That
and so I know it's hard, people. I know it's fucking hard to believe something, and but you got to keep an open mind. Always believe something, but understand that you could be proven wrong. I know that's not
proven
as easy.
Is the wrong word. I mean,
what's the word?
You could just be wrong.
Okay,
like
but I think in order to understand that you're wrong, you have to be proven.
I wasn't proven God did not exist.
Okay. I think it's you, but you don't think that he does exist yet either, though.
No,
exactly. So it's not you haven't been. You're still in the middle stages.
But
that's the only way you're gonna be proven anything is after you die, and we see when we butt naked getting flown up to the heavens, and we got to figure out what's Protestants.
You Protestants.
What?
I'm going to hell. I mean, I already know that. So I won't say.
But this is what I think. This is what I think happens, though. I think he brings y'all up to the y'all, you people. What you mean, you people? I think he brings y'all up. I think he let y'all see it. I think he let y'all get a taste of it. Come on in. Can have a little dinner up in here and then it is heaven, John.
So that's
and then as soon as you be like, yeah, he'd be like, psych.
Drop you down. You gotta work.
And you take that motherfucking scenic route. So is it the depths?
So once you die, do you actually get to see max level and then your RPG all the way back up?
And you know what? That would be my heaven. Like these animes is now, where it's like you get to choose your heaven. I would just be
Slime,
the protagonist.
Y'all don't even know anything about that Nestle Toll House.
So before we get out of here, because this is 142, I see that y'all both have different ways of doing y'all stuff. You got your prayers, and then you're starting to.
And they moved there. Jake was prayers.
I feel that.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
and I do pray. So it is two different things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I do one for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I do the other.
Okay, and that's fire. My only question is, because I have meditated, but I've never looked nothing up. I just kind of, so I don't even know if it's meditation. I just kind of sit down, clear my mind in like a quiet area, and then just kind of think. So do y'all ever find like during y'all sessions, and you're newer, so maybe not, but Jake, do y'all find some sort of revelation or euphoria during these sessions or at the end of y'all sessions where y'all like, that's it?
For me, it's the feeling after. It's the, okay, I'm not pissed. not happy. I'm just me. I don't know how to explain it.
You kind of emptied out the emotions. It's like a cleansing.
You understand you're you and you aren't what's going on in your head. Mm-hmm. So like if you have a shitty day,
yeah,
you're like, all right, I have a shitty day, I have a shitty life. Everything about everything is shitty. Afterwards, you're like, all right, I had a shitty day, but it's life.
Do y'all think shit takes offense to us using it in the worst
shit
way
stinks.
possible?
Like,
but shit is like, all I am is what you put in your body, and I'm coming out you. I'm doing you a favor. I could stay in your body, bitch.
How much consciousness do you think shit really has, though? And what's the nature of consciousness?
First of
is
all,
it just a byproduct of matter?
Are you about to just discredit what's his name from South Park? Mr.
Hardman?
No.
Hanky.
Hanky. You gonna just discredit Mr. Hanky like that?
Look, he's an exception. He ain't the rule. All right, and we all know that. I have talked to many bowls of shits after I have.
As someone whose name is a shitter, I can tell you, I got over it.
Oh, was there?
What about you, Jake? What do you feel after the end of your sessions of meditation? And maybe it's not everyone. It's probably not everyone, but every once in a while, do you feel something, or what's the consistency after you're done meditating and praying? I mean,
with meditation, it's been much more of like an experience of just sitting back and mostly trying to. So you have like concentrative and contemplative meditation are like the two main genres, and I would do much more of the contemplative, where you're like just sort of like it's the nothingness stuff, you know, and it's an interesting experience to just be that sort of like that far into the void, that far into like nothing. With the concentrative, it was really interesting because there's plenty of Buddhist concepts of really how you can't trust your senses, and really exploring that because. I got tinnitus or tinnitus, however the fuck.
Tinnitus.
Yeah. So I constantly hear a ringing every moment of my life, whether there's actual sound there or not. And
do you have it, MJ?
No.
But there's
everything is fluorescent light.
Yeah.
Damn. Both of y'all got that shit. Everything is fluorescent light.
I've.
I guess. Oh, okay. You are colorblind too, so and you came out at fucking 25 pounds, baby. So that's probably
and like 47 years old.
You obese ass.
So you've got it. You got good days and you got bad days, right? Mm-hmm. How bad has it gotten for you?
When I get anxious, it feels like a headache.
Okay, like I mean, I feel like I've been on the verge of insanity. With how loud, especially like trying to go to sleep, and it's just fucking right there, and it's so loud, and you can't go ahead and think about anything other than this fucking sound that's in here.
I don't have it that bad, but I know I've had it 15 years or so. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's a wild experience.
Tune it out, but at the same time,
I usually can, but there's certain times where I'm like. I don't know if I'm going to make it through tonight.
I've never had that bad a time, but usually at night I have a mouth guard anyway, so I've got like mouth shit going on because I'm a grinder.
And do you think that kind of played a part into suicidal thoughts earlier on too, for sure?
Oh no. I think it's definitely given me suicidal thoughts. It's given me suicide.
That.
Well, yeah, but like it hasn't interrupted my sleep to like an insomnia sort of level.
You can't fall asleep. You can't, but you're like, all right, I'm gonna lose an hour and a half because I'm laying here waiting for this to get to a point where I'm not.
Honestly, that's been nothing. I really feel like they're two rather different things. But I have had suicidal thoughts because of how loud that ringing has been.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah. But like I don't feel like that's been like a driver of past suicidal thoughts.
No. I'm just like it's like all right.
Because you just want
all this other shit is going on, and then plus the fucking ringing, like god damn.
But shit, what was it? What were we talking about? There was a question.
It wasn't. It was contemplative meditating.
Hold on
Yeah,
one second. Let me take a piss.
Yeah. All right.
So we can all hear you piss.
So let's see here. With the concentrative meditation, there's plenty of. I had gotten pretty. What's that? What'd you say, Mike?
I can hear you. Go.
Well, I'm fucking talking.
It's gonna be all part of it.
This bitch. But no. So there's. When I was really studying Buddhism and like Qigong, there's plenty of tidbits there that make you distrust your senses, and it really got me thinking about, well, why can I trust any of my senses when I have this sound that I constantly hear? Or when you get a song stuck in your head, you can. I hear this song; it's very real to me, and that sort of thing. So, if that happens with my audio, what's to say that that's
But I know
not happening
why
with my
it's
visual?
happening. You have ruptured part of your eardrum. Like,
But what about when you get a song stuck in your head? When I get a song stuck in my head, I hear that. I don't know the words. I don't know like the bass line or anything, but I hear all of that in my head. It's just fucking on repeat. And it is a very real experience for me. So what's to say that that can't happen to my visual? And what's to say that that can't happen? What's to say that that can't happen to my other senses? So I've gone ahead and explored that a bit with like some concentrated meditation, where I've been rather deep there in it, and like allowed myself to accept the fact that just because I don't see anything doesn't mean I can't see anything. And all of a sudden, it's like my eyes open. My eyelids are closed, but my eyes open, and there's a whole scene there. There was this one time I was walking through this fucking city and shit like that. It was very weird, very dreamlike. Which is why I commend you for being able to lay down and meditate, because my bitch ass falls asleep real quick. I was sitting up for this shit.
When you went from the contemporary meditation to contemplative meditation, what happened internally? Because like, I know my senses are all fucked, but also my view of things is fucked. I guess what went from the one to the other? Like, was it a internal same process, different mentality, or?
It was a curiosity that led me onto it. I think there was one time I was sitting there meditating, and there was that fucking ringing, and I was like, this isn't there. Or maybe it was a song that was stuck in my head, and I'm like, this isn't there. So just because I'm sitting here with my eyes closed doesn't mean that it has to be black.
So for example, I think no one wants me around. That's like part of the shit that I'm trying to help out. Mm-hmm. And that is one of those can I trust my senses type things. Mm-hmm. If I wanted to go to the, we'll call it next level, who knows if it actually is, but is it I just think while I'm thinking of nothing?
Well, I mean, I think we all have to like know ourselves well enough to like calibrate ourselves. Like I had said in that one message a couple of weeks ago, I think, like, you run high anxiety. So you have to, just because you're anxious about something, you have to go ahead and calibrate differently than I do, than Mike does, and that sort of thing. So just because you're anxious doesn't really mean shit, because your base level is pretty fucking high anyways. So you have to go ahead and base it off of your own personal base level. So
which is wild to me, because you say you got anxiety, but for me, I worry a lot too. So I don't know if 10-minute meditation, it'd probably take me 10 minutes just to start meditating. Like, I don't know how you
once you get
bro, you
into
gotta be
it,
consistent.
Once you get into it,
you fall.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like, all right, it's hard
starting.
When you start off, it take you a little
like
bit.
Starting it,
but once you get
all
into
10 minutes of me or think about nothing. think about nothing.
That's what I'm saying,
Ooh,
bro.
naked lady. Think about
Like, it's
nothing.
no way I could do 10 minutes of nothing right now and get
like,
something from it.
How can you do but it's just like basketball. How bullshit are some, like, plenty of those exercises that you're put through when you first start playing basketball, but you trust the process.
Yeah, you're right.
You know,
and what you realize when you grow older is that none of them was bullshit. They all meant something. But no,
all of those struggles mean something.
Exactly, and then you wish you would have knew that when you was doing it.
Yep.
I've had trust the process this week earlier that changed.
Joel Embiid shit, huh? You don't know about that because y'all don't watch basketball. Continue.
Changed my mind.
Trust that process.
So it's gotten easier for not
meditating.
Easier is the right word.
Now it's I lay there. It still sucks, but like I kind of get in that mindset where I'm not thinking of anything.
Why do you do 10 minutes? Why don't you just go
normally
until you're done?
No, that's
so I'll do 10 minutes like laying in bed, not sleep time, like after work hours at some point, and then at night I'll do it again. So it's like I'll call it praying, no idea what the fuck it actually is.
Right.
So I'll have that, and then I'll have my meditating, which is no amount of time. It's until either I get bored of it or I just want to pass out. So 10 minutes is only for when I'm doing it controlled.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just at night, and I'm like, well, I just talked to somebody who the fuck knows who. Now I'm going to meditate and figure out when my breathing in becomes breathing out. And then once I'm done with that,
doing it for a set period of time is incredibly important, especially when you're starting out, because your feelings don't fucking matter. I don't care what the fuck you feel like. This is an objective thing that you're experiencing, an objective process. So it doesn't matter if you don't want to go ahead and continue running. You run for 5 minutes.
It's like if you don't want,
if you got to slow it down, that's fine. Yeah. But you're running for 5 minutes.
All right, you're like, all right, a minute. All right, fuck that. I already messed that up. 5 minutes, 2 minutes. I mean, as long as you're doing it, it's like any sort of activity where if you are doing it, you are getting something out of it.
You're going to come up with so many excuses.
And I was not thinking about doing it for less than 10 minutes. I was more so thinking, what if I why don't I just sit down and go until my body is like, all right, you done. And I guess that does seem like it'd be less, but I guess why 10 minutes and not 20? Is that just your preference? Or
arbitrary number?
Is there something? Okay. It's just
10 minutes
anyone could do 10 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes is long enough where you're getting something out of it. 5 minutes, it may take you 5 minutes to get to that point.
Yeah.
It may take you 10 minutes to get to that point, but once you've done it for a while, it'll take that 10 will go down to 5, and then you have 5 minutes of time in meditation. 20 minutes is a big time commitment. I don't have anything I actually have to worry about, but you have wife, kid, and
right.
Yeah, I guess right now I already get my 20 minutes. I come home and I lay down, close my eyes for 20 minutes just to rejuvenate because I'd be tired as hell.
See, I can't nap.
I could switch that over to like 20 minutes of meditation.
I was gonna say like that's not the same at all because it has to be a conscious sort of process, you know. But
I still feel good after just closing my eyes for that much time and not looking at nothing because especially our line of work, we're looking at a fucking screen all day, dog. So I just need to come home. Yeah, I just need to come home sometimes and look at the back of my goddamn eyelids.
I mean, it'll be good for you. It'll just.
Okay. Yeah, I don't go in with no objectives. Like, let's figure this out.
There is
no. Just be like,
there is.
I mean,
no
you can
meditation tape.
I feel like you can, but like you don't have to.
So,
and it really all depends. Like, there's it's like doing a trip. You know, like I could just be like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and take 3 grams of shrooms and like just see where it takes me, or I could go ahead and be like, all right, I got some shit I need to work through, and this 3 grams is gonna do it.
Unless you have something,
this 3 grams gonna do it.
Boy, was she?
At the end of 20 minutes, just examine how you feel, examine that mindset, and that'll be your goal.
Okay, I'll start it up. I'm out of town this weekend, so I don't know when. Maybe not by the next time, but we'll figure it out. And we'll get it in. And the same time, we're going to get Wazzy a girlfriend.
Oh, hell yeah. Getting his dick wet.
Get that dick wet, dog.
Oh, boy.
I don't know what we're working on for Jake yet. I have to think about that. Oh, we got to get you back in jiu-jitsu and MMA.
Oh, you want money?
You paying for it?
How much
You
is
guys
it?
on a Patreon?
Wait, you heard
How
what
much?
he said?
Shit, what was it, like $1.50 a month?
Yeah.
I'll pay a month.
And he'll give you one month off top.
Damn.
Cheers to the No Consensus podcast because it's 808 and somehow
808s and heartbeats.
We gotta be somewhere.
exactly somehow JJ's the one waiting for us.
Big Schwarm.
Big Schwarm.
Big swarm. Peace.
Want that power and that money, think that money bring the power. I am in it just to win it. Only champagne showers at my moments when I'm down, overshadowed by my doubts. I am shouting from the top, keep on pushing, I ain't losing.